everybody, my name is Lauren and today I wanted to do part one of a two-part video that I want to, videos that I want to add on my channel. This part is going to be the drugstore makeup tutorial where everything I use today is drugstore or drugstore accessible and very affordable, and the next part, which will be coming later, is the high-end version. So I wanted to show you that you can pull off everyday makeup. You can even make some of this glam makeup with the products that I used for not spending too much money, because regardless if you can or can't spend the money, who wants to spend $50 on something when you can get a $5 foundation? But of course I have the expensive stuff too, so that video will be coming later. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want to see how I do this look, it's very simple, very easy, but it's nothing revolutionary. I'm sure there's videos better than this on the internet, but if you want to see my version, then just keep watching. Okay, so filming this right now could be a really bad idea because I just shut the door and all the puppies and cats are out playing together. So let's get started on this drugstore makeup. Also, is that middle nail gonna bother y'all as much as it bothers me? I should paint it, but I don't want to. Okay, so first let's start with face. I have a brand new clean beauty. This is a Real Techniques sponge. Everybody has them. They're very comparable to the Beauty Blender. I love these. The two foundations I'm gonna mix are the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Soft Beige and the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer in Natural. So
I think they're basically the same color. I think the Milani one is a little bit warmer, but we're just gonna mix those all together.
Oh, wait. First, I'm gonna start off with primer. This is the NYX Honey Do Me Up.
What is this called?
It says primer, and I use it as a primer. And then the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I don't love this, but I use it. So I will start off with the NYX Honey Do Me Drops. I'm going to just spatula. Stuff is very whatever that was, it's what it is. I don't really like the smell of this, but I do like that it adds moisture to my skin. Okay, so while that's sinking in, I'm also going to prime my pores. This is a very silicone-y primer. So I'm just going to take this in between my fingers and just press it into the places that I have bigger pores, which is
beside my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin.
The thing I like about that NYX primer is that it does get tacky, so after a few seconds, once it's tacky, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and I'm going to mix two today. I'm going to mix the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the color Soft Beige with the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation in Natural.
Do I need to mix these? No, because they're both great on their own, but I'm
going to use the Milani one around the perimeter of my face just because it is a little bit darker. And then go in with the Wet n Wild one and put it more on the center of my face. I don't really have to take it under my eyes because I am going to put concealer there, but Czar! And blend that out. And I do like to take it over my eyes just to kind of make it all one color. I am going to go back in with a little bit more of the Milani one, just another half pump or so. Fill in, I have a few spots where I need a little bit more foundation around the perimeter of my face, and then I'm also going to take this down my neck so everything matches. Because when I lay in the tanning bed, I lay with my head sticking out just because my skin is so sensitive, and I don't want my body to look tan and my face to look pale. So I'm just going to take this down the neck. Okay, so ignore the foundation stain on my shirt. Why or white, I don't know. It's my own fault, really. Okay, so before I set all the face, I am going to go in with concealer, and this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser, and this is in the color Brighten or Illuminator. So I'm just going to...
The only thing I don't like about this shade is that my foundation is more yellow toned. and this is more pink, but come on, little, oh, I got too much.
I'm just gonna dot this under my eyes. I find that those foundations do a good job of concealing, so I'm really just using this to brighten. Go ahead and blend that in with my beauty blender, or no, my Real Technique sponge. My foundation is looking dark on camera, but that's not what it looks like in person. I think it's because of the shadow that there's a window right here that I'm filming with, and I think that it's casting a shadow on my chest because it's later in the day, so my apologies. Okay, now that my face is all foundationed and concealed and stuff, I'm going to set it with the NYX Mineral Set It and Don't Fret It Matte Finishing Powder. So just tap a lot. And I'm going to take this Real Techniques 302 brush, pick a little bit up on my brush, and set underneath my eyes, tapping out any extra creases. That definitely made my under eyes darker, but that's okay. I have a different powder we're going to go on top of it to brighten. So then I'm going to go in with a big brush. This is just a Real Techniques 300 brush, and lightly set the rest of my face. This powder does make you look dry, but it literally sets your makeup in. And it's a good, cheaper option. The Maybelline Fit Me powder is also really good. So now we're looking mad as hell, but we're all set. So I'm going to go in with the NYX Highlight and Contour palette. This is great. This is really comparable to the Anastasia one. I'm going to take Soft Light, I believe, which is this color right here. I'm going to use this to brighten under my eyes. And then back in and brighten kind of the...
Okay, so I moved. Hopefully this side of my face isn't as dark anymore. I know the shadow is casting a weird light, but...
Before we spray our face and like kind of get rid of all the powderiness, the powderiness that's on our face, want to continue in with the NYX Contour palette, and I'm going to go in with this brush. This is by NYX as well, 06, and I'm going to go in this cooler contouring color, which is Toffee. I'm going to contour with this. This side of my face is still shadowy. Can't help it. Now for bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Physicians Bronzer in the shade Light. I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques blush brush. I think this is a great bronzer brush. And I'm just going to bronze above that contour line. Also going to bronze up my nose. And I'm not going to be using a lot of blush today, so I am going to bring my bronzer in more onto my cheeks. And now for blush, I am going to go in with the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Satin in Prenup, which is the one that I used in that other video. Just pop this. Okay, so now that the face is all done, I'm going to go in with the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray.
It smells like perfume I have and I can't figure out which one.
So that's just going to help melt all the powders together so your face doesn't look powdery. So now let's move on to eyes. You guys know that I hate doing my eyebrows, so real quickly, it's going to be a natural look, so I didn't bring my Catrice eyebrow stick thing, but I don't want to go get it, so I am just going to set these down with the NYX mascara color, and Brunette is just like a tinted brow gel. My brows look atrocious. We're just gonna move on. So for eyeshadow palettes, I have 3 unnecessary, but they're all great. I have the Jaclyn Hill palette, which everybody knows about from Morphe. And then both of these are from BH Cosmetics. This is the Carly Bible one, and this is the Shanna XO one. This is the original Carly Bible one, so it has less shades, but it still works great. But this one is my favorite. This is the Shan XO palette, and this is the new one. This is the remix one, so it's got both sides worth of shadow. And I'm going to be using this primarily on my eyes today. So I'm going to go in with just an all-over brush. This is from Wet n Wild. It doesn't have any numbers on it, but Buttercup, which is a yellowy kind of color. And place this on my lid, just so it lightens up that primer a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with Bestie, which is a mauve-y toned pink brown kind of color. Just place this on the outer corner, bring it through the crease, and on the inner corner. So basically everywhere, but trying to leave the inner part of the lid blank. And I have hooded eyes, so something I like to do while I'm putting on my eyeshadow is leave my eyes open so I can see what eyeshadow will be seen, because there's no point of me doing an elaborate eye makeup look if you can't see it. So I just bring that color up a little bit. Oh, and this is the Morphe M433. Now I'm going to start deepening it up a little bit. I'm going to go in with Terracotta on the same brush and do this in the same exact places, but maybe a little bit lower, just to create a gradient effect. I don't do this with many colors because, again, you're not going to be able to see it on my eyes, but feel free to adjust to your liking. Now I'm going to go in with another Wet n Wild brush. This is just a more of a blender brush. Just get a lighter brown kind of color, and I'm going to blend out this line just so it doesn't look choppy. Now I'm going to go in and deepen it up just a little bit more. Sticking with the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to go in. This is the brush I got from TJ Maxx. It was just in a set, and it's this. It came with a few. The two I'll be using today is more of a flat packing brush, and then this is more of a dense blending brush. I'm going to go in with this one and just a darker kind of brown neutrally color from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm just stamping this on the outer and inner part of my eye to deepen up the kind of halo effect. Well, it was a soft halo. Going into a little bit of a deeper color and just doing it right on the lowest part of the halo, just so it creates a nice gradient. Lastly, I want to go back in with that Morphe 433 brush and work a little bit more of that original color from the Shan XO palette, just to make sure everything is cohesive. And I am going to take that just on the same brush and run it under my lash line. Okay, for eyeshadow, we're pretty much done. I am going to go in with the Carly Bible palette and use this second highlight color. Go in with that packing brush I mentioned earlier, and you can make this as intense as you want, but I am just going to pop it on the center of the lid. Since I'm not using a lot of the product, it kind of blends itself in automatically, but if you feel like it is too harsh, just adjust. I am going to go back in with that blending brush with no extra color on it and just blend out the top. Oops, sorry, you can probably see the palette, I'm sorry. And just blend out the top just so it doesn't look as harsh. And I want to smoke a darker line under my lash line as well. So I'm going to go in with a mixture of Need You and Dark Horse just on the tip of this brush and do this right up to my lash line. Okay, so that is the eyeshadow. I am going to go in real quickly with my favorite Maybelline Line Stiletto Felt Tip Liquid Eyeliner and just do a thin wing. Nope, that's a lie. I don't do wings, just a thin line is what I meant. Has anybody heard Rodney Atkins' new song, Caught Up in the Country? First of all, I'm so glad Rodney Atkins is back, and I love that song. It's stuck in my head. Okay, so now that the eyes are lined, I'm going to move on to mascara, and I will be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, the Voluminous Carbon Black, and the Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Mascara. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be right back. Mascara done. So now all we have to do is lips and highlight, I believe. Okay, I zoomed you back out because that was enough up close to me. I am going to do highlight real quickly. So I'm going to go into the Carly Bible palette and I'm going to use this shade that I also used on the inside of my eyes. So it's perfect. I'm going to use that same Real Techniques 302 brush. This picks up a lot of product, so be careful with it. So pretty natural highlight. Another good highlight, if you already have the Shanna XO palette, is Holy Grail. That is beautiful. And then I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Romance Mauve. And I just wiped all of that lip liner off, so let me just go back in. These lip liners are drier, but they do stay on the lips all day. So now I'm going in with Maybelline. Nope. Now I'm going in with CoverGirl lipstick in 265 Romance Mauve. Romance Mauve. And that's it, guys. That is my drugstore makeup tutorial. Let's pop everything else back in here. This is how the drugstore ended up. I think it's really pretty, really pink and orange, smoky, natural kind of color. You can do a glam version with all of the palettes and products that I mentioned today. You can substitute products, of course, but I just think these are some really great drugstore options. If you don't want to spend the money, this is, if I'm going to put on makeup, this is kind of the eyeshadow look that I do. So I just wanted to recreate it with all drugstore products. This is what I came up with. So I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and I'll catch you in my next video. I hate myself. Fine, bye. Okay, bye. I'm sorry my brows look this bad. I'm sorry that this lip color doesn't really match. I should have planned my eyeshadow a little bit better. There's the whining. I look literally homeless.
Oh, it's a big ass lizard. It's got like a neck goatee. I don't fuck with that. You need to go ahead and get out. Ew. Ew, every time it breathes, the neck gets bigger. Anyways.
Oh shit, FedEx is here. Hold on, the dogs are about to start barking.
I don't know where any of the lids to any of my water bottles are right now, so watch me just spill this all over myself. Looks good. Excuse me, I'm almost done.